Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session of Beyond Forgotten Realms here on the MindTour Gaming stream. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and hopefully we'll have an interesting session as there may be a missing part of the group as he decides to leave the night on a journey that's called to him. As Alokian goes off with this draconic humanoid with these crystalline yellow scales and speaks to him for hours, what do the rest of you do? As inside of Monk's Blade that evening, as you enter Monk's Blade, there's still people in the streets cleaning, repairing, seem to be as busy as they can be, even with the devastation that was done here only a few days ago.
Keth is gonna go to. Oh no, I forgot his name.
Mhm.
What's the guy's? Cromwell's.
Cromwell's.
Hey,
Cromwell's Wondery.
He's gonna
Okay.
go there, hoping he's still open.
Alright.
And he's gonna see if he has the books.
It is in the evening, the sun is setting, but from what you remember, he was open around this time last time, though the events that's transpired here, maybe that's changed some things slightly. But Kath begins to head that way. Do the rest of you go with him?
to
No.
Cromwell's? Yeah.
Okay.
Balkan one.
I'm
Kaz,
gonna
you,
head to- I'm gonna head to my room.
you're going to head to your room. Okay. Kaz splits off from the group as well, trailing behind Alokian and this other draconic creature towards the Flaming Dagger Inn. Keth, Belkin, you get to Cromwell's Wondery. The front door to the Wondery itself is indeed open. Inside, you can hear the sounds of hissing as the machinery inside is turning gears, grinding, sounds of belts spinning on pulleys. Inside it, there's a bit of light from some magical light source inside. You don't see anyone immediately as inside, but as you step in, you hear the same voice as before. Welcome to Cromwell's Wondery. Have a look around. From the strange little straw and metal clawed doll that's laid on a shelf near the front door. As that voice sort of echoes in the room, the main room there, where there's workbenches and stations and all sorts of tools and item creation objects there. Then the room to the right is also open, and you hear another voice, 1 minute, come from that room.
Keth will kind of just look around.
Okay.
waiting
Inside,
for him.
you can see there's a number of things that's being worked on. One in particular is a very fine-looking crossbow that's on one of the workbench.
Nice.
It looks like it's currently missing some sort of cord or string on it, but it looks there's a couple round pulleys that are also not connected quite yet. As well as you see a few like wooden bowls of this purplish pink, very fine looking sand that's slowly pulsing with a shimmering light that kind of just goes across, constantly pulsing with some sort of energy. And after a few moments, you also see there's a number of alchemical tools on a workstation that's currently brewing up some reddish color liquid in a number of vials. And finally, Cromwell does come into the room. He has a collared shirt on that's somewhat wrinkled and unkempt. His beard is a little thicker than you remember last time, as he seemed pretty well shaven. His orange, curly, black mohawk still a little more wiry than what you've seen last time. But he does come in a number of stains on his clothes, hands, and apron. Yeah, he says as he's wiping his eyes, and he looks over to both of you. Oh, you're
Hello.
back.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are back.
Were you able
Oh.
to save them? Coulter told me.
Do we know if anybody came back?
You haven't talked to anyone yet, and you didn't track them down or anything.
That's funny. Hopefully I didn't die. Did anybody come into town? We actually haven't checked if we saved anybody. We there was 3 that we got out away from the orcs. But we're unsure if they made it back safely.
I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah,
So
maybe
you-
we should check. We should check on that here in a little bit.
So you got some of them, possibly. I see.
Yes.
We did 3 people. Yes.
Regardless, thanks for your help. I'm still working on the crossbow.
I see that. That's disappointing, but understandable.
Yeah, there's been a lot going on. Trying to do a few other things to help some people around here as well. I should be done at least by maybe tomorrow evening.
Did you find my books that I asked for?
Oh,
Any of them?
he rubs his head and scratches his hair. That's kind of growing as he's not currently shaven. So I didn't find any books. I did ask some clergy that is here within Monk's Blade about what you were asking, and they wrote me down a list for you to possibly look into of different deities that have this nature aspect. Now, they were not druids of any grove or anything like that, so that maybe somewhere you may want to look is find people that are trained in that, but I do have a list for you. Hold on. He says as he
Alright.
goes back into the other room. Come in.
Yes.
And
Come on.
and he hands you a number of small scrolls that have notes of names, and at the top, the largest note says aspects of nature, and he hands it out to you. I'm going to drop it into the in-play chat for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, please.
He hands you a long list, which is broken up in some aspects. Just this is what she could tell me about what she knew. Now, each one of those, he motions to one of them as you're looking through them, like this one here, Umberly, Umberless. I'm not sure. I think it was Umberly. She said, like she's the goddess of the wilds beneath the seas. There's a lot there already. I do know a little bit about Sylvanas. It's one of the greater deities of nature. They tend to be around areas where there's less civilization, where they keep their dwellings as wild as possible. Even some druids of Sylvanas will go into different civilizations, for example, like Waterdeep, and create just wild parks of nature, and allows within a controlled area nature to be nature itself, be wild and free. The biggest thing between most of these is that aspect is their aspect of nature. Now, tell me, any of these particular you're looking for? Or there's a aspect within that you're looking for? Because some of them, what she was saying was, some of them have other connections beyond that.
Um,
Like Talos, for example. He's the known as the Storm Lord and the Wildfire. He's has to do with the destruction that weather brings and storms and wildfires as they take over forest, more of a raw destruction,
hmm.
but natural, not made by orcs or any other intelligent creature's hand.
One I was curious about was Mylar.
He
If you
looks
know him,
he looks down like through the list with you.
this one. He points to it.
Yes. She didn't have as much information to say about Mylar beyond his aspect of the darker side of nature and the hunt and beast and apparently creatures that have a darkness within them naturally.
Mhm. All right. Thank you. And another question.
Sorry, I don't have more information on any of this, but this could be a good start. If you say
Is
Mylar, maybe she knows more about him than what she shared so far. I mean,
it's a cleric.
yes, yes. She's
What is
she's
cleric
actually
of what?
well, she was a cleric of Soon or Sune at one time.
Soon.
She's not any longer. Her name's
Uh,
Helena Woodleaf. Um, well, she owns the old oyster.
all right. I appreciate that.
And you said
Um,
something else?
yes. So, and he will go into the long story of just what happened at the tree and kind of telling him about what we saw. And see if he recognizes anything. So kind of tell him about the sacrifices, tell him about the darkness coming out, us, the tentacles, us going in and kind of running down the tunnel, and then the big beast, whatever that was, at the bottom.
Okay. He listens to your story intently, and as you tell it, at some moments, for example, when the sacrifices were happening and you were actually saving people, his eyes kind of go wide as he's intently listening to everything you have to say. He does jot a couple things down as you're talking. In particular, when you're talking about the ritual that was unfolding, the darkness and the tentacles that emerge from the shadows and the shadows that were going up into the sky. It definitely sounds like you've been through a lot in that. Say, I can, it definitely does sound like they did some kind of ritual. Used perhaps some old magic that's not been touched or heard of for some time. Now, you said when you went down there and there was a creature and more of
Yes.
these shadowy tentacles
Yes.
and voices.
There was voices, right?
There was
yeah,
voices kind of whispering within the
yeah,
darkness and shadows, yes.
yeah. We didn't know what they said. I don't know if we just
Yeah.
didn't roll high enough or if there was a language, but yes, voices.
Creature. That is a creature of subterranean origin for sure. With the long tendrils and hooks and a central mouth and eye. Looked like stone at first, right?
Yes. But there was a bigger creature, right? There was like the big one. Didn't the one come out of the abyss?
There was nothing that actually came out of the abyss, but
Okay.
something was moving in and out around the shadows in the abyss.
Okay, that's what he was talking about more than
Okay. Okay.
the other one. I think Kath probably could figure out that was a natural creature. You know, like a not a shadowy one.
The first, so the tentacles, they sound like, at least from what I know, there's a spell that creates a massive writhing, inky darkness that's creates tentacles like that. They hinder movement and damage creatures or anything that's within it. I don't remember the name of the spell though. But from what you're telling me, it sounds like it's much stronger than that. And it could be a part of whatever ritual that they were using. Do you know? Have you ever heard of? What is your knowledge of magic?
Not much.
You know, there's different schools of magic, right?
Yes.
And then there's different circles, different levels of magic that are out there that take more power and training to be able to create, make
Yeah.
real.
That makes
And
sense.
and all this magic comes from something called the weave. It's a web of magic that was created by the goddess Mistra. Um, her power is within that weave, and which allows us to have magic and utilize it. Some of us born with it, others have to train to use it. So some people have natural knacks or affinities for magic. Some of us have to create things to make things magical and use that power. But it all comes from the weave. And there's different ways of tapping into that. And then there's something else, something between the weave. Think of a spider web. When you look at a spider web in the darkness, you may see the web shining, right? The light. But between the web, you will see the darkness, the nothingness. That's the shadow weave. That's where darker sides of magic can be pulled. And some scholars believe that you can pull even stronger magics from that. And at one time, there was an empire, the Nethril Empire, that was able to go beyond just what the weave provided and cast spells that was beyond the ninth school of magic, the ninth circle. Go beyond that, the 10th, and then 11th and 12th. And some wizards would have to come together to cast these extraordinarily powerful spells. And then other times it took more than just that. It took a sacrifice. Perhaps someone else. Yourself. Many elves or Eladrin of ancient times, in the beginning of their lives, were able to create some of these places or cast some of these spells, which would create even their own elven kingdom where only elves are allowed. In casting this, hundreds of spellcasters would die, giving their life to create something extraordinary. What you're telling me sounds like something very similar to that, though not hundreds, have died. The death of these people had to be significant in some way. And I'm not sure if it's unleashing something. I would have to see it. I'd have to try to examine it. Can you tell me where it was?
Yes, but it's very dangerous.
I understand.
We felt like it was originating from those mountains. Is that what we felt like last week? I'm not sure I remember.
So, there was, where you were at that tree, there was something originating from that. Then something very similar to that you had seen weeks ago, that was northwest of where you were when you were near the Coven of the Vast, in Battle Rise. North of that, along the mountains, there was something that looked very similar to this.
We could, maybe we could take you there. If you feel like it would be helpful.
Well,
We don't understand it.
if something is bringing forth the darkness from below. Did you mention any names to Cromwell? As far as what the orcs were speaking to during their ritual or anything like that? Because I believe you were the only one that actually recognized the words.
Yeah, I probably would have mentioned that.
So you would mention Shergast?
Yeah.
Shargast?
Yes.
Let me get a roll for him. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Not normal orcs, that's for sure.
No. That much is certain.
And when you went beneath the ground, how did it feel? Beyond just this darkness that you were in.
Heavy. Exhausting.
And I know you can see within darkness, but did anyone in your companions have a light? He looks over to Belkin.
Yeah, I have my lantern with me.
Did the light shine as it normally would in the darkness?
No, I don't believe so.
No, it didn't. It seemed like the light that came from your lantern was very dim, probably half as strong as you would normally expect. Even those with dark vision, they had a difficult time seeing.
Yeah.
Shergast is known as the Dweller Below. It's normally caves or the world beneath ours. There's a place called the Underdark. It's almost as if it's its own plane of existence, but it's still connected to ours. Saying this darkness was just coming from beneath and filling the sky.
Yes.
I'm definitely interested to see what may be going on there. Try to figure out a way to stop it. Something doesn't seem right. That's for sure.
Yes.
You think...
Something is definitely not right.
Do you think this Malar has something to do with it? Well?
No, I don't think so. That's a personal thing.
I see. Just so you know, from what I gathered when I was speaking with the cleric is soon. Malar seemed like a intense deity.
Maybe.
Are you smiling and laughing?
Uh,
Kept smiling when he's saying
no,
this.
he'd be trying to keep like a straight face. He's trying to he's basically trying to deceive. So
All right. Does he have the clawed paw still around his neck?
probably, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Sure, this is gonna go great.
Yeah.
He's very deceptive. 14.
Okay. He eyes you for a moment and. All right. I'll talk to Coulter and see what he would like us to do.
All right. Do you know where he's at? Perhaps we could go visit him. I need to figure out if any of the people we saved came back.
Do we?
He may be at his tavern. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Or around the town, helping who he can.
Hunt the Night. That's the one that he goes to, right?
Yeah, hunting the night.
Hunting the Night. All right. Well, thank you for the information. If you'd like to go and see this place, let us know. Maybe we could go with you.
All right.
I don't know if it'd be safe alone.
Yeah, I wouldn't go alone, regardless.
Good. All right. He's gonna kind of turn to Belkin. Anything else?
Did you complete anything else that was requested by me or compatriots?
I have some of the things that are done for the others. Some of them I've even handed off already, so.
Well, if you have anything here that hasn't been handed off, I'll save you a trip and bring it home.
Okay. He looks back, trying to think about all the things that he's working on. I don't think anything that I had left to hand off was quite done yet.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
He
Okay.
hands,
Hey,
he goes back around the corner and then comes back with a small scroll pouch, scroll case, capped on both sides. Give this
is
to
that for
your elven friend.
the guy with the funny eye?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Did he pay for that already?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll bring it home. Don't worry.
All right. And where are you going to be staying tonight? Hunting the Night or the Flaming Dagger Inn?
Flaming Dagger Inn.
If I'm done
You sure?
by the
You sure
morning,
you want to go from there under hunt there? Guess.
And Cause will be at the Flaming Dagger Inn, I'm sure.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
one else.
He's probably there.
I'll find
And
you
Lokian.
if I'm done with the crossbow. Otherwise, just come pass by tomorrow and check on it.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
Have a good evening and the best for everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate
And
it.
we'll leave and go to find Coulter.
All right. Let's step over to Kaz for a moment. You head back to the Flaming Dagger Inn. The hostess behind the desk there, she greets you. The younger human female. Good afternoon.
To you as well.
Your room is prepared and cleaned.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I'll take a look around. Is there anyone like nearby that could hear me speaking, or
Not in the like foyer area where you currently are. No.
it's just myself and her, and she's
Mm.
the same one who assisted me with the second room?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. And the other room is still intact, yes?
Yes. Just as you've left it, no one's been inside.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Of course.
And I'll place 5 silver on the counter for her.
Okay. She smiles and says, "Thank you so much, sir. You're so kind."
You're very welcome. Should my companions arrive, they should be here at some point this evening. Would you mind advising them that I'm in my room and will be there for the duration of the night?
Do you wish to be undisturbed?
No, that's all right. I'll be working.
Very well.
No concern of disturbance.
I'll make sure that they know that you'll be in there working if they need you.
Wonderful. And as I'm heading toward my room, I'm just going to, in my peripheral, note the location of the flaming dagger.
It is mounted on the wall as usual. The sort of reddish, purple-tipped flame still simmering along the plaque there.
Okay. Is it like mounted securely, or is it just like there?
It's just sitting there.
Perfect.
From what you're aware, anyway. With your cursory looked. It's just on some metal hooks that kind of hold it up on the plaque.
Sounds good. I'll head to my room.
Right. You head into your room, and it's just as you've left it. Though the bed looks well made, and there's a bit of warm water within the bath that's there.
Okay. I'm gonna take a seat and take a peek through the spell book.
Okay.
And just see if there's any spells in there that catch my interest. I might try and copy them into my spell book today.
Okay. Well, you have the list already, don't you? Okay.
I do. Yep. I'm currently in the process of making the custom spells in D&D Beyond.
Great. Anything else you would like to do beyond that for your time? Because that would take quite a few hours, especially depending on what you want to transcribe over to your book, save, keep separate.
Nothing in addition, no. It's I'm going to be spending most of my time with that.
All right. So while Kaz does that, we'll return to both Keth and Belkin as the two of you begin to head back towards the Flaming Dagger Inn, or you're looking for Coulter, so you want to go to Hunting the Night?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Okay. So you make it to the front of Hunting the Night, which has this very large, like, wraparound porch that's covered on the front. It has a somewhat bright orange colored, like, shingled roof. 2 stories. At the top, you can see there's some glass windows that has some light shining, but very faintly from the inside of that room. Inside that room, you can't really make anything out as the glass is somewhat fogged and frosted. Whether that's due to ice or something else, you're not quite sure. But inside, beyond the porch, you see a number of windows as well, and a door there that leads into this long hall that looks like a tavern or something. You see tables and chairs and a bar on the far end. You see the light coming from torches on the walls on the inside, as well as the very large hearth on the right side inside the building. Smoke pluming from the top You do hear the sounds of voices kind of emitting from within, people chatting and talking, um, and some figures moving around inside. You hear a low, very muffled sound of possibly a lute or something being played. Not very like bright or very positive, like vibe feeling music, just some more of a relaxed sound that's coming from the music within.
Okay. He's walking in.
All right. Belkin,
As he's walking in, he'll turn to Belkin. Keep your hands to yourself. Not gonna smile at him.
Mm, uh, would, but we don't know where this culture guy is, like right off the bat, right?
no.
Okay. Let me help you find this guy you're looking for. Can I do an investigation to gather info, see if I can find them?
To people on the streets?
Oh no, within the hunted, what was it? Hunt of the night? It's called
Hunting the night.
hunting the night.
Yep.
Okay.
And
No,
night is Knight.
ah. No, I want to see if I could pick up some gossip
I understand.
or any
Okay.
of that part.
All right. Well, both of you step inside, and as I described from the outside, there are a number of people within. A few townsfolk, few people that seem to have. There's a different culture inside here that you've met in Monk's Blade itself. There are some common folk that are at some tables, eating, drinking. Um, you see a number of tables on both the right and left side, each with probably 4 to 6 chairs at those tables. You also see a number of circular tables that are kind of set off from each other down this large kind of hall feeling open aired tavern. At one of the tables, the circular tables that's near the hearth on the right side, that's almost all the way down to where this stairwell leads up to the second floor at the back end of Hunting the Night. On this table, you see a number of pies and like these circular baked goods, number of bowls with different fruits and vegetables, and then also at the hearth, hanging on a very large cast iron hook, is this very big cast iron pot that's currently boiling, bubbling, and this tremendously hearty smell just kind of emanating and smoking into the room and the space. Some sort of stew just boiling there. Nearby that is a blonde-haired human wearing a darkish purple-looking tunic and pants with these golden like striations that are woven into it. Possibly look like it's some sort of like golden thread, which he has a very finely made and designed filigreed lute that he's currently playing. This sort of somber, relaxing song to just try to, when you walk in and you're hearing the music, it just sort of takes the stress level down a notch as you step inside. A number of people that are in there look towards the door as the both of you walk in. None of them seem very surprised, though, as you do walk in, as if they've seen people like you come and go multitude of times. At the bar itself, you see 3 individuals sitting on stools. At the bar, also, is a number of baskets with more baked goods and filled with bowls of nuts and all sorts of snacks. um, are two very old humans on both ends of the bar with stock white hair, beards. One of them has a green colored tunic as well as brown pants. The other one sort of just has this very long, almost like sleeping shirt that goes past his knees, as if he's just, this is how he comes to the tavern. Uh, Drinking a mug that's overflowing with foam and ale. A smile come across his face as he's laughing at um, the man that's sitting in the center chair stool between these two older gentlemen. You see a wide-brimmed hat laid on the bar in front of him. A heavy trench coat kind of just laid on the bar itself next to him. Leather armor currently adorning his body, as well as thick belt, and that strange crimson and black headed axe that looks like it's carved out of some sort of crystal or something, still at his side. Though he's nodding as the man to his right is laughing as he takes another sip of his drink. You can see his hair is also like salt and pepper, full of black and contrast of white and gray hairs. His finely cut beard. But as the door does open, he does turn and look in your direction. His skin is somewhat paler, but he does seem um, very muscular as far as his jaw and his body and his form. Very hardy. As he does look in your direction, he drinks his mug and sets it down and stands to his feet and begins to approach both of you as you enter. His booted feet just kind of echoing through the tavern.
Coulter, we've been looking for you.
I am here. How did it go? Come, have a drink.
All right, I'll follow.
He leads you to the bar. He smiles at the older men. If you excuse us, sirs. Both of them nodding. Have a good night, Coulter, one of them says as they slap him on the shoulder and move off to one of the side tables. Sit. And you see behind the bar is two individuals. One, a shorter humanoid, dark skin, dark brown hair pulled back in a ponytail. You see her, she has slightly pointed ears. Not as pointed as Kaz would have, but slightly pointy. She's currently has a mug in her hand as she's going off to serve. I'll be right with you, she says as she passes by. And behind her is another very large and fat human, but somewhat tall, almost 6.5 feet tall, as he's wiping down some of the mugs and looks like he's moving some of the boxes behind the bar and into a closet nearby. He takes a seat in the center between both of you and continues drinking.
It didn't go great. We lost several. We were able to save 3, but unfortunately we had to deal with more of a situation, so they had to make their way back to town. Have you heard of anyone coming back?
Yes. Gila.
3 individuals. Yes.
Gila Tolan and Alehide. I believe they said his name was the dwarf.
Yes, those are the 3 we were able to save. No more, unfortunately.
They made it back this morning.
Good. There was a lot more to it, and I relayed the information to Cromwell. He's considering going back and looking at the area where the fight happens. There was a ritual of some kind.
He kind of sits up on the stool, leaning his back against the bar behind him. So what do you mean ritual? Or
The orcs were sacrificing the people they captured to Shargast,
Shargast?
an orc deity of the night, right? Is that right?
Basically,
someone
yeah.
else? Basically.
It of like the underground, more like the runts of orc culture, those that aren't as strong of body, but strong in other ways that survive.
Yes, an orc deity.
So not the one-eyed orc. Burmish? Gromish? Something like
Grummish.
that.
Yes.
Grumish.
No, not him. Kind of a lesser deity in their culture.
And they were doing a ritual.
Yes, it summoned a dark creature or a dark presence from the ground. We're not really sure what it is, and as far as we know, it's still happening.
This creature. What did it look like?
We didn't get a good look at it. It had tentacles and darkness was flowing from the hole. We went deeper into the ground, but um, we didn't really find much, just more darkness. Cromwell has some ideas of what it might be. Talked about a dark weave or something like that.
Dark weave.
Yes. I don't really understand it myself.
Smarter men than I would have to figure this out, I suppose.
Yes.
We probably should reach out to the Purple Dragon Knights.
That would be a good idea.
I think I'll send a runner tonight. I believe they have a contingent to the east here, along the Symbia.
I think I heard that. Oh wait, no, he didn't. He didn't go through that. Never mind.
He didn't go through it, no. Now they might. I don't think they've
He might have heard of it.
might have heard of
but-
it talking at like the fire or something.
If this was Corvin, he would have been sarcastic. Saying, I think I've heard of that.
And this creature, darkness, is, you said, still coming from this place?
Last we saw it, at least. I'm not sure what happened to it. We were weak. The orcs put up a fight.
But you killed them all.
Yes.
And then what happened? These
We killed
things
them
came
all.
from the ground.
Yes, the darkness came from the ground. We sent the three away, and we delve into the underground.
You went underground.
Yes. We were already weak, and then we followed it. We came to just a natural creature that we fought, along with some more tentacles of these shadowy nature. Then we heard and saw a dark creature moving in the abyss below, and we knew we couldn't fight at that point. So we fled.
And you came back here.
Yes.
But the orcs are dead.
Most of them. I think the main ones. They did at one point split off into two groups. We lost. I mean, we couldn't follow both, but seems like we took out the leaders, the ones that were flying the bats, are dead.
And those that they taken? Not all made it.
No. The three
3.
the three were the only that survived.
How did the others die?
They were used as sacrifices for the ritual.
Did you bring back their bodies?
We could not. The darkness was pulling them in. We tried. But we
This
couldn't.
darkness took bodies.
Yes.
Char gas.
Yes.
Would you mind waiting till the morning to get paid? Or if you need
Yes,
to
that's-
leave immediately, I understand as well.
No, we will, we'll be around. We may go with Cromwell back to that area, if you'd like.
I'll speak with Cromwell.
If
I think it's best if we get more help than just our locals.
yes,
Wouldn't want to lose anyone else.
we know of another place that is similar. We've seen this darkness, and he'll kind of explain as best he can where that is at.
Okay.
I think we were even considering going back that direction and maybe seeing if there's something else there.
The Northwestern Mountains.
Yes.
There's a lot within the vast swamp that's been lost to time. I've experienced some of it before in the past. Even dealt with creatures that were sacrificing magically inclined individuals to something
That-
like this. But it was
Sorry. To try to put my everything together here.
Huh?
The cleric that he talked about, she served soon. Is that her
soon,
name? Soon.
or Sune, sometimes they say.
Soon. And who did? Oh my gosh, I can't even remember her name. It's been so long.
Liv Shana?
Liv Shauna. What? Who did Liv Shauna serve?
Shar.
Shar. But they were together. Is that right?
Who was together? Soon?
Soon and Shar. Like they were.
You
Not
came
in league.
across no.
in league
You came
together.
across a clergy of Soon, or at least a temple of Soon in Daraloon.
Oh.
There were a number of female followers that were dancing in the rain, which
Ah.
Corvin saw a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there was a very large and beautiful cathedral there to Soon.
Yeah, God of Love and Beauty. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Elkin remembers the dancing.
Oh.
There
What's
was
this?
this.
So, speaking of people dancing in the rain, I have Siren's Tears.
Oh,
Thank you. Tales of Fallen Stars.
that seems dangerous.
Oh, wow. Siren's Tears are sour.
Oh.
Thank you, Potion Seller. So,
Okay.
Keth
Sorry.
may have not met anyone from
Okay.
the clergy of Soon or Sune.
Okay. I was trying to remember that. All right. But this sounds familiar to me. I feel like.
Okay.
'Cause that's a lost refuge, isn't it? Where they were sacrificing.
Yes, you did hear something about that. In particular, you did.
Yes. Was that for the robot?
That was from one of your visions that you had.
Okay. Yes, so they were sacrificing magically inclined individuals there. And that was the same people that Liv Shauna followed, if I remember right. Is that right?
It could have been. You know, those people followed Shar.
Okay.
Because roll me an intelligence check.
Oh gosh. Yeah, there's a lot here. I don't necessarily know that Keth's putting this all together. I'm just trying to put it all together.
Okay, that's fine.
Too.
And Belkin,
I mean,
you can roll an intelligence check too, as all this is being said and discussed.
Absolutely.
15.
Okay.
Intelligence. Come on, you can do it. Nope. 8.
Okay. Probably discussing things with Alokian, Kaz, Belkin along the way and what's been going on. I'm sure they've probably shared about Livshana a bit.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they've found out along the way. So just to put this in perspective for both you and Belkin, or talking at this moment, because you did have a memory and a flash that was unlocked when you were with Rateau, and you actually saw a place within the Lost Refuge within the vast swamp called the Lost Refuge. It was called that just because it was a refuge from the past few years that people and lizard men and other creatures lived there. Before that, this place was a place that followers of Shar tricked people to come to a temple of Mistra in Wayloon before it was the Wayloon prison. Just north of Wayloon, there was a temple erected, and it was said that it was a temple of Mistra, and mysteries of magic would be uncovered there if you went through their ceremony. Over time, it found out that this was really ran by Sharan priest and priestess to capture people that had innate magical abilities, and those people were brought to the Lost Refuge and then sacrificed to Shar.
Okay.
A long time ago, probably couple hundred years ago, this had happened, and there was a group of adventurers, nobody really remembers their name, alongside of help with the Purple Dragon Knights, uncovered this, rescued some people, and stopped whatever was going on there. But then afterwards, that place was just left to sink within the swamps.
Okay. Do you know where that place is you're speaking of?
Yes.
Could you, if we've got a map, could you show me?
I can show you whereabout it is.
All right. And is that near the mountains?
Are you asking him?
No, I'm asking you. Oh no, I guess I'll just ask him. Is that near the mountains that I speak of?
It's not where you're telling me you've seen this darkness emanating from the mountain range. No.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking. It's somewhat between. Tell me, where was this tree? How far?
And I'll kind of explain to him
Okay.
where it is.
He thinks for a few moments. It seems as though the refuge is between the two, but more north.
Okay. I will, I'll find a map and perhaps you can mark it a little clearly tomorrow, but
I'll get you one.
all right, I would appreciate that. All right. Well, if you need us, let us know.
I'm I'm sure we will need you.
We'll do whatever we can.
Are you staying in the Flaming Dagger?
Yes, they gave us rooms there.
You can have a room here if you need as well.
I appreciate that, but one of our party members is staying there, and I'd like to be close.
I understand. Keep your companions close.
Exactly. All right.
So
We'll
I'll see you
in the morning.
tomorrow.
Kind of nod and stand up. And Wilkin, are you staying or going?
I'm going back to the inn.
Well, have a
Alright.
good night.
You too.
He reaches over and grabs one of the muffins that's within the basket and takes a bite. Watches both of you as you leave. Alright. You head back to the Flaming Dagger Inn.
Yes.
Alright. So both of you enter the Flaming Dagger Inn. The hostess is still there. She says, good afternoon. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, your rooms are prepared and ready.
All right. Appreciate it.
No problem.
As they're walking that way, he says he's going to turn to Balkan. Perhaps we go talk to Kaz. Tell him
Yeah.
what happened. Maybe get a Lokian too.
Good idea.
So he will go by a Lokian's door first and knock.
Well, a Lokian is not in the common bunk area, as that's where he was staying.
Okay. Do we not know where his room is? I guess that's the question.
No, because he came out here before you guys.
Okay. Okay, I will turn around and go
Okay.
back to the hostess.
Yep.
Excuse me, where's my big friend? Big guy, pointy ears, armor, that guy. Lokian is his name.
Oh, I believe he walked out with the dragon.
Oh, he walked outside.
Yes. I haven't seen him in a while.
All right.
Do you know where his room is?
No.
She looks towards the front door to see if anyone's coming. I can show you quickly.
I would appreciate it.
Follow me. And she rushes through the lobby and past the lounge area, down the hall to the left. One of the doors on the right. This one here.
Thank you. I'll check if he's in there.
Yep. And she rushes back to the front.
Kind of knock on the door real hard.
You knock on the door real hard and the door slowly opens.
Lokian. He's gonna kind of peek in.
Peeking inside, you see a similar sight of a decent, well-made bed, table, chairs, wash basins, some drawers, armoire. No one inside. You do see on the bed a few bags laid out on the bed itself. A rolled up scroll or piece of parchment laid in front of that nicely, as well as Bodrin's Gale on the bed, sitting there.
He's gonna kind of walk in a little further.
Okay. Stepping inside, you can see that there was a couple chairs pulled out from the table that haven't been placed back. Nothing else in there beyond what I've described so far.
He'll kind of walk up to the bed. It's weird that he left his weapon I don't know if did Belkin follow?
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah, his weapon's there in a number of pouches, leather pouches on the bed, and a scroll. It's a parchment.
Does it say anything on the outside?
No, it does not.
Should we look and see what this says?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you. One other thing is you see in front of the pouches some cruelly carved hands with their palms together and then wrapped with cloths around their wrist, 3 of them. And behind the pouches and bags on the bed, you see a very well crafted shield with a frowning face currently being expressed on the shield itself.
The shield too. He's gonna pick up
Yeah.
the scroll and open it.
Okay. I will put that into play chat for you. There you go.
That's fancy.
Belkin, as he's looking at the scroll, do you do anything else? Go through any of the pouches, anything like that?
Oh yeah, I'm managing to do all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, get my notepad.
I will put into the in-play chat what is there within the pouches and on the bed as well.
And make my life easier.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, so are you able to read that?
Yes. Yeah, I can read it.
Just checking. Just trying to make sure.
The Lokian he's gone.
What do you mean,
I mean, he left. He went with the guy, with the dragon,
Hmm.
and he'll hand him the note.
Falcon and Mikey don't like kisses. Hmm.
Also, he must have been crazy because he thought we were of equal talent and strength.
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah, yeah.
Perhaps he was kidnapped. Surely he would not believe that. Keth is gonna quickly just pick up all the things.
Okay.
And he's gonna say, "All right, let's we gotta talk to Kaz," and he's gonna quickly go to Kaz.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, how much time would have passed?
We can say it's been about 3 hours or so since you came in.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm halfway through a level 3 spell then.
Okay. Just keep a note for yourself.
Yeah.
But you have a knock at your door, Kaz. Or do you knock?
Probably be because his hands probably would be full. He'd probably kick the door
Doom, doom,
at the
at the
bottom.
door.
I mean,
Kaz.
it's unlocked.
I don't. My hands are full. Kicks it again.
stand up, take a mental note of where I'm at with my notes, head over to the door, open it with a mildly annoyed look on my face.
And you see a number of things within Keth's arms. He's stepping inside.
What is it?
Belkin has a letter, and he's gonna drop all the stuff on the bed.
Okay.
I will give Kaz the
Belkin,
letter.
when you read the letter, Belkin, I need you to roll me an investigation check, please. Or what's your passive? What's your passive investigation?
What happens when I'm proficient in investigation?
You add your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence to it.
Okay. So, give me 1 second. My exit out D&D Beyond by accident. Come on. Well, character. Oh. Why am I comparing being so slow today? Yeah. You can do it.
Technology.
Technology. 10 plus intel plus proficiency up to 10. Passive is 15.
Okay.
Yep.
As you're reading it, some of the lettering every now and then seems odd, as if they're meant to stand out slightly more than others. And you take a few moments to look, and it seems like there's a thieves' cant within the letter itself. And it says, "Blood reveals all."
I will hand Kaz. Oh, Kaz, I picked up the scroll from Cromwell for you.
Oh, yes, wonderful. Thank you.
Kaz, I was like, I think you got a big blood on your hand right there, and kind of do his 5 hands to nick him with one of my daggers.
Okay, just make an attack. Make me an attack at advantage.
Okay.
Shield.
No, he's not blade singing right now. So.
25.
25.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
definitely
can't.
hits even with a shield. Yeah, you do slip your blade across one of his fingers and draw a bit of blood onto the blade.
I'll drop onto the parchment.
Right, and as the blood
Ah,
hits the parchment, there's a blue shimmer that kind of just shines across all the letters of the page, and they begin to reform, moving and slithering about the page and changing what is being said.
What'd you do?
Oh,
there's some sort of enchantment on the letter.
And
okay.
it reads, "Friends of Alokian and Ilmater, you'll be called upon soon, as Ilmater reveals a rising darkness on the horizon. Your abilities, talents, connections will be needed and tested. The omens and signs are here. The shadows grow, not just within the vast swamp, but all across Toril. The broken ones will call upon you. As Alokian reveals to us what you found thus far, we will be speaking with you soon. Elukian has every faith in each of you.
Okay, and it's gone.
That piece of crap.
Curse his god.
Why would he leave?
He felt he had to do something more important.
More important than us? That's
I
stupid.
mean,
Suppose that doesn't take much.
After a few moments, the blood finally dissipates on the parchment. The words shift once again, back to their original form.
Well, what do we do now? Although I didn't always like him, I kind of felt like Alokian was our leader.
Yes.
he definitely knew what path he wanted to walk down. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do.
Well,
I was talking to Coulter, and he'll actually Keth will go into this super long spiel about everything that's happened tonight, so Kaz knows. He'll tell him kind of in parts, probably messing up some parts about like what Cromwell said. About the he would get most of it right, but there'd be some parts probably wrong
Especially
about
about
like
the
the dark,
magic parts and stuff.
yeah, the dark weave and yeah, that, and then Cromwell or not Cromwell, then Coulter and what he said, um, and he also mentioned, I think the place that Coulter was talking about was the Lost Refuge, which is where I'm supposed to go. I just have this feeling.
suppose it makes sense for that to be our next stop.
Mm.
What say
Good.
you, Birkin?
I can't think of anything better though.
We could perhaps go there and then the shadowy mountain place.
Mm.
Um,
Do have something I need to take care of nearby town. Some ruins.
okay. I think we could do that first. I don't think
Yeah.
we're necessarily in a hurry.
Wonderful.
I wonder. Nope, never mind. Kath doesn't know that. I was because it was the dragonborn. He was a dragonborn. Is that what he was?
Which entity you're talking about?
The Ilmater guy.
Yes.
Yeah. He mentioned to a Lokian that multiple cults were calling Shadow, right?
Yes.
He didn't mention to us, so we don't know that.
He did not mention it to you.
Okay. I still wonder if the shadowy mountain is where the cult of the dragon might be. I think that's the way we were going before we got very sidetracked.
Yeah,
Very sidetracked.
things have been quite chaotic.
Yes.
Perhaps we can correct that going forward. Stay
Probably
on
not.
course. Knowing us.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was the Loki. We'll just blame a Lokian for it. It wasn't us. It was a Lokian.
That does seem only natural.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely usually do anyway.
All right. So we take care of these ruins. Then we
Mm.
head to the Lost Refuge. And then the Shadowy Mountain. And I'm sure we'll find something else to do along the way.
Indeed. Something I'm sure will take us off track. perhaps off plane again, who knows?
Hopefully not.
I have been continuing to work on my magics to try and find better ways to be of more use. I know I've been more of a hindrance in battle of late. I do apologize for that.
We've all
I thought
made
that
mistakes.
I thought that was the best of your ability, to be honest.
It is both acceptable and hurtful at the same time. No, I am capable of a great deal more, especially these days.
Honestly, I think Bodrin's Gale would really augment your abilities. Is there a way that you could fit it into your repertoire?
That spell that Alokian has cast on me in the past, definitely made me very different. It might
Yes.
help you too to cast it on yourself, perhaps.
I have a spell of the opposite effect that you saw
Yes.
recently against the toads. Yes, I believe I am able to wield Bodrin's Gale. It would work with my blade song abilities.
To see, to be honest.
And I'll take a seat on the bed, put my hand on Bodrin's Gale.
You feel the magic just humming within it.
Belkin,
Yeah, buddy.
I let him down, you know.
Who? Logan?
Corvin.
Corbin. We all let him down. Don't throw it at yourself.
I believe it's been an effort in atonement, running into battle as I have,
Mm.
seeking death so profusely.
That doesn't sound like atonement. That sounds like stupidity.
Yeah, but don't you do that though?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I guess I kind of do, but I'm not doing it to atone. I'm doing it because that's just
Because
the
you're
way I
good at
feel.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite the rush.
I think Coven would want you to live.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, I believe he would.
I think you gave me a case of COVID. Oh, COVID-19. God. Mm.
What did I say something wrong?
No, it's all
No,
right.
no, no. You're fine.
Okay, good.
It
We do.
best to move forward in his honor and do better.
Yes. I think that's what he'd want. I mean, I didn't really know him, but I feel like maybe.
Belkin, you are the only one left of the old guard. Of
Mm.
us, the huntsmen. Keth, you are new. You did not know him at all, but you carry with you a presence that is both dissimilar and similar to him at the same time.
Yes, you do remind me of him in some ways for some strange reason.
It's a very strike first, ask questions never sort of attitude. It's very amusing.
Mm.
I think I would have liked him.
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Right. What time of day is it now?
Late afternoon, probably around 7 or so. The sun is setting west.
Shall we head to the ruins? Dawn then.
Mm.
The Coulter's gonna pay us for bringing those 3 individuals back. He's also gonna give us a map with the lost refuge marked.
That is very helpful indeed.
We do have, at least I have quite a bit of gold in my inventory, my bag. Maybe we run by Cromwell's and see if we can stock up before we go.
Yes, that does seem like a good idea. If he has any healing potions, that would be tremendously helpful.
Yes.
Especially without our healing meat shield.
Yes.
Oh, that means you definitely can't run head on into battle now. Cause
There
I
is-
do have some of the lesser healing potions. I can give you,
Yeah.
but we can figure that out after we. After
yeah,
Cromwell.
I got one myself, but
perusing this tome, it appears to have a heavy focus on the undead. Though there is a healing spell within it, it seems it only works on the undead.
Wonder if that'd work on me.
maybe.
I mean, what does he know?
Certainly possible.
I don't know if you know I'm undead or not.
I don't know the details, but I've definitely likely sensed something was off.
Yeah.
Roll me a Arcana or Religion, cause or Religion probably if you have it.
Well, I remember Awoken and asked Cass why is he dead. I can't remember if he asked it.
Yes.
That was
If
my
if
Arcana.
us or not.
That was
Yeah, it's a 27.
There you go.
As he says that, there's something that kind of sets in. Thinking about it, he doesn't really sleep. He doesn't really eat. You don't looking at him. He's not really breathing even. The pale skin that he has, and you've never really like touched Keth or grabbed him or anything like that. So, but he doesn't really emanate that sort of warmth, life coming from his body. So if you had to guess, more than likely he is some sort of undead.
That is entirely probable. I could spend the remainder of today learning the spell, and certainly worth a shot.
Yeah.
If I'm
Might
able
work.
to heal the one keeping us from getting pummeled, he'll be able to keep us from getting pummeled longer. Does require a touch, but I will likely be there on the front lines, right there with you.
That's true.
Despite my grievous efforts of late, I am very difficult to strike.
I've seen it.
These days I do feel more heartier than ever, and I gesture toward the amulet.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little stronger too. He kind of flexes.
Poke at the muscles.
Rock solid, but cold
And
to the
cold AF.
touch.
All right. Alokin shall be missed, but I dare believe we shall see him again.
Indeed.
And his kin will likely reach out, request our assistance, I'm sure, at some point.
At least he left on pretty favorable conditions.
Question,
right.
Elkin.
Mm.
have any Thieves Guild contacts within town?
Perhaps. My clan does go town to town, and we do. Let's call it back alley dealings from time to time.
I'm wondering, should Cromwell's not have what we seek, there's a possibility of obtaining it on the dark market.
Usually a fight share.
Suppose we shall see.
Mm.
It's afternoon now. Could head to Cromwell's now if you wish.
Was it afternoon or is it evening?
It's evening. It's about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then in the morning. All right. Cromwell's in the morning and then off to the ruins. I shall spend the remainder of the evening focused on these spells. With any luck,
That sounds fun.
should I require the need to heal you both, I see no reason, should you fall, Belkin, not to raise you as undead and heal you then.
Yeah, it's not that
Yeah.
bad being undead.
I mean, he seems all right. He doesn't need to eat or sleep. You're not fond of food or sleeping, are you, Belkin?
Those are the only loves in my life right now. Those are the only things
I would not want to take away 2/3 of your personality. All right.
No, that's like one more thing than you have. That's okay.
And I'll pick up Bodrin's Gale and spin it around. Now, you mentioned that there was pouches and stuff in addition, right?
Yep.
What's in the pouches?
Everything that was in the pouches is gold. I put in the in-play chat everything that was left behind. A few crudely crafted, carved, ill-mater symbols of hands together, bound with linen and cloth at their wrist. Little statuettes that was carved by a Lokian. A number of pouches with 400 gold total. A shield of expression, the demonic face that can change with your very will of emotion, as well as Bodrin's Gale.
Okay. I'll add Bodrin's Gale to my equipment.
Yep.
And I can take the remainder and place it in the bag of holding. Shield of expression and the gold we just split up.
I will take the shield of expression because in the letter it says I was supposed to.
There you go.
Get it.
All right.
So I will take it.
I'll pick that up. There you are.
Thank you. I'm not sure I'll use this, but we'll see, I guess. And he'll like put it on his back.
Yes. And I pass each of you an Ilmater symbol and then place one in my bag.
Okay.
All right.
As for the gold,
That's supposed to be Belkin's.
It does say right here, gold for me.
Belkin points it out on the parchment that it does say it goes to him.
I suppose it does. But are you a betting man, Belkin?
Yeah, I bet it says it goes to me right here.
Ain't a fool.
Indeed. And I toss him the 400 gold.
Multiple pouches pummel Belkin.
Yeah.
All right. I'm off.
Okay.
Yes. Do get some rest. Your rooms are situated. You're all right.
Yes.
So
Wonderful. Do
you
me a
head
favor.
off.
I'll be here.
Keth's gonna just go for a walk.
Another walk. Okay.
Yeah. We don't necessarily need to do anything. He's just gonna walk.
Yep. Right. So you're gonna walk around town, outside of town,
He'll go outside of town.
go
He'll
outside
make
town
sure
again.
he'll make sure the guards aren't gonna be mad at him if he comes back though.
East or
so.
west?
East. I went. What did I go last time?
West.
I'll go east this time.
Well, this time your walk is rather cool, as the air is cooler than what you would expect on a warm summer night. Still a bit of fog clinging to the ground. The air about stars and the moon trying to shine through, though actually there's no moon tonight. As you're walking about, you feel almost as if there's a void inside of you, of that sense of hunt lingering, as though something's been satisfied, at least for now.
As I'm walking, hopefully this doesn't get me in trouble. I'm going to say some of the names on this list. But I'm gonna skip any of them that has deity of fury on them.
Okay.
Probably. I'll probably just say the other ones. Just kind of he's just gonna say them. Not
Do you have?
necessarily.
Are you trained in religion at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I have a +2.
You can roll it just in case, but
It's gonna be hard. Come on, natural 20. Let's go. 18.
Before
18 for
19?
20 total, actually.
20 total.
Yeah, so
Okay.
non-natural 20.
There's a big difference between 19 and 20. It's a total of
There you
1,
go.
which is that difference.
It is a total of 1.
But you're looking through these pages as you're walking along the path. The guards at the opening on the eastern side nod and wave at you with a bit of recognition on their face,
Yeah.
not really concern. Be careful out there, one of them says as you do walk by.
Of course. Thank you.
Even in the darkness here, your eyes adjust to the dim light as you begin to read each page, looking at each of the names and nicknames of each one of these gods and goddesses. Some sort of knowledge just flows through your mind as you go through, in particular, the deities of fury, as Malar is one such deity.
Yes. That was kind of why I was avoiding those in my mind with Keth, because
Yeah.
he saw that.
But there's just something that's drawing you there each time as you're going through. Each time you see that little note at the bottom of the page that says deity of fury. Natural fury. These deities are connected. Feel it. Every time you see the word, each of these gods, Talos, there's just like almost as if thunder echoes around you, but no sound. You feel the hairs across your skin stand up the back of your neck, as if static almost fills the air. Then umbrally, feel a cold breeze, as if it's a freezing wave wash over you and pull away. And as it does, you feel as if you see your breath, though you're not breathing. Almost as if the air around you begins to freeze. And then Malar, that lingering hunger in the back of your mind. Each one of these divine beings being a part of nature, even though it may be destruction or desolation or the darker side of nature. Each one of these entities are connected some way, and every time you go past one of them, feel it. In the same way that they're connected, you're connected. And just looking at their names draw you in for a moment. And then you go to the other deities that are there. You've heard of Sylvanas before, though not much. The deity of the wild, of the natural order of life, untouched by hands of intelligent creatures, but to leave life live, to leave the world and the forest to thrive as it was meant to be, to let fires rage across plains, to give new life a chance to sprout again and grow. There is a natural order to the chaos. Sylvanas, the father, nature itself. You remember him. You remember hearing about him, though you can't place it. And then you look through some of the other ones, and some of them you've heard in civilization where they created these gods of nature for a bountiful harvest, or to even guide those that have been lost through death to the afterlife. They all have some connection to nature in one way or another. Any of
Okay.
them particularly drawing Keth beyond the feelings that he's having with these particular ones? Anything standing out to him?
Probably not at this moment. He's just kind of testing the waters, and I think he kind of gets that sense of being drawn to the other ones, and he probably after a little while he'll kind of close it up and just continue to walk, looking towards the moon, if you can see it.
Just a dark void tonight.
Does he almost kind of have a sense of where it's at? No. It's not there at all, or is it covered?
It's not there.
Okay.
Right.
Never mind. Okay.
There's an
Then he'll just-
absence. Those stars are still in the sky. And with his survival check normally, he's pretty well trained with it. It's the normal cycle of, if he had to guess, like at least what the date may be, it's probably right, especially with the full moon just recently. And
Okay. Then he'll just kind of enjoy a nice walk and just think,
Okay.
contemplate.
Does Belkin wish to do anything in particular other than count his gold and go to bed? Nope. Kaz? Continue scrawling in his notes until he gets tired enough to go into his trance? Kaz?
Oh, sorry, I was reading through the letter again.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll finish up learning the third level and the first level spell.
Okay.
And
What
then,
spells,
um,
if you wish to
uh,
share?
the first is the infuse negative energy. The third I won't share.
Okay,
They'll have to see it.
cool. Sounds good.
Might come as a surprise though.
Awesome. So the two of you finish up what you had to do for that afternoon, that evening, and prepare for your rest. As you did have a long trek past couple days once again. Keth's still out and about. And we're back. Keth, how long do you take for your walkabout? Throughout the night? Just a couple hours?
Probably just couple hours.
Okay.
Enough that because I need to sit down and rest. Like I'm not gonna not everyone's gonna have to wait for me or anything like that.
Gotcha. Yep. All right. Well, you have your walkabout throughout the night. It's fairly uneventful. Nothing weird or odd happens. You don't transform into any monster or hunt down the people of Monk's Blade.
That's good.
And then finally you return to your realm and rest as much as you normally would. Kaz, I need you to roll me roll me 2d20s, please.
Sure. That's 1d20. That is another d20. That's a 5 and a 9.
Okay. I guess, Kaz, you would probably wake from your trance before Belkin would actually rise in the morning.
Yeah.
The sun is rising in the east, as it normally would, breaking through the fog and the clouds that early morning. And as you wake, there's something off. Tomoe's not there.
Oh no.
Tomoe?
Nothing. No connection. No feeling. She's not here. Not on this plane. Not within your reach of your magical abilities.
Hmm. Interesting. Do I get a sense of when was the last time I felt her presence?
Before you went into your trance,
Okay.
and you don't remember losing that connection during your trance. But it
as soon
had
as
to
I came
it
out of
had
my
to
trance-
happen. As soon as you came out your trance, you sensed she was not there. Perhaps you were just too deep into your own mind in your
Mhm.
trance, but she's not there.
Perhaps I'll take some time out today to resummon her.
You look across where she probably was on the desk nearby. You see your pages, still from your research and notes, laid out. You also see a inky black feather laid out the pages. And on top of that feather, some kind of metallic object.
I'm going to go over and inspect the feather and the metallic object. Does
You
the
look-
feather look like one of Tomoe's, or?
When you walk over, you can see a multicolored headed dragon symbol laid on the feather. And indeed, it does resemble one of Tomo.
As if they have not incurred my anger enough. Every single one of them will suffer in their final moments. They are lucky. She cannot be killed. Does not necessarily mean she cannot be made to feel uncomfortable. Now, to my recollection, I do have the ability to remove, like, uncast the spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just try to send her back to the Feywild. I'm going to make an attempt to do that.
Okay.
I won't know.
Try to
if it's gonna-
release that magic in Tomoe. Not quite sure if it's done anything or if it's changed anything, but the feather still remains underneath small metallic symbol.
I'm going to take the feather. I do want to actually, before I do that, I want to take a moment and ritual cast detect magic.
Okay.
To see if I sense any magic coming from either the feather or the coin.
Okay. Yeah, you take a moment and focus onto the feather as well as the symbol that's sitting there. And you do detect magic. Focus on that magic and sense it's an illusion.
Like the feather is an illusion?
Both the feather and the
And the
metallic
coin.
symbol.
Okay.
Hmm.
Intricate fools. Don't know who you are. What you want. But I have a particular set of skills. I will find you.
What's your passive investigation?
18.
Okay. You also sense that not everything was left as you left it. Some things have been moved around slightly. In particular, your pouch where you had left it. The pages that are there look like they've shifted as someone's probably gone through some of the things that's there in your. They put it back vaguely where it was once, but with your keen mind and intelligent mind, you can tell that everything's kind of off, shifted.
I want to go through all my belongings and make sure everything is there.
Okay.
Like, that I'm not missing anything.
So one by one, you begin to sift through your spell book, your weapons, armor, anything like that, your bag of holding, even. Assuming.
Yep.
Everything is there, except for one thing. The orb is missing.
From the painting?
No.
Uh,
The lesser orb of Dragonkind.
right.
I thought we sold that.
I thought we did as well.
You did sell it. Okay, so everything is there then.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that's good.
That's oversight on my part, but
That's very, very good. Okay.
yes,
Cool.
everything is there.
That's why it's not there, because we sold it.
You sold it.
Would I understand, given that who was poking around, what they might have been looking for? Like, would that
Possibly.
yeah.
You could
that might have
surmise
been
maybe
something.
that they were looking for something and they didn't find it. But they didn't take anything else.
Just my best friend. All right. Hold on, Tomoe. Some business to attend to, but I will come for you soon. I try my best to say that, like, to her in any way that I can.
Okay.
With or without the link, and then I will prepare my spells for the day and grab the others.
All right.
I'll get Kath first because he doesn't sleep.
Knock on his door.
Yes.
Room service?
You hear the chink of a weapon being raised. Come in.
Is the door open?
Yeah.
I'm going to open the door and step back.
He's about to swing and he sees you and he's like, oh, I didn't know who you were.
No, of course not. An incredible actor.
Yeah, that was very good. Good morning. Is it time to go? Kind of looks out the window. If there's a window, I don't think there are.
Yes, it is.
All right.
As for Belkin, I would presume he's still asleep.
Probably.
Shall we make waking him interesting?
Sure. What do you got in mind?
Wonderful. Well, I suggest we sneak in. We place his hand inside of a bowl of warm water.
Let's see where you're going.
Prior to his waking, he's sure to wet himself.
All right. Where do we get warm water?
Oh, that'll be easy. And I will poke around the corner. Do I see anyone that works for the place?
You see the bartender behind the bar currently, like wiping down everything and getting out some of like different things that they have for like breakfast, like just like some toast and some eggs and different things, just kind of like open bar for you to come and pick from.
Excuse me.
Well, yes, sir.
Could I trouble you for a bowl of lukewarm water? Sizable enough for a hand to fit in.
Yes, I got a kettle warming. Just give me a few moments and I'll get you a mug of it.
Perhaps something larger than a mug. A bowl, perhaps.
Okay,
Salad bowl, if you have something of the sort.
no problem.
Thank you.
He steps away and goes to where the fire is currently burning and sets a small pot to boil. Doesn't take but about 5 or 10 minutes, or he brings you over a decently sized bowl that's got steaming water inside. Here you go.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much.
Anything else this morning? Feel free to
Yes.
take anything that's available in the bar.
Yes. Did you want anything?
I have some cheese.
Wonderful.
He's already eating it.
All right. And then we'll head to where Belkin is sleeping, and I will make an attempt to sneak in.
Is your door locked, Belkin?
Nope.
All right. Belkin, I'm assuming you're sleeping, as you normally would. Go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
You got it.
And go ahead and make me a stealth check as you're trying to sneak in.
Perception disadvantage. Cat, go on.
17.
21.
As Belkin's door opens, Belkin, hear the sound of your door faintly opening, and your instincts kick in. You grab for a blade quickly. Or do you quickly turn around, or do you just lay there and wait to see what happens?
No, I turn around. I don't owe you money. Oh. Kaz,
Oh.
it's you. I don't owe you money.
Kaz has this very large bowl with just steaming water inside his hands.
You a bowl of water to clean up.
You're offering to give me a
You can see Keth kind of
bath?
peering in behind
Yeah.
him.
Hurry, this is your chance. Throw it on him.
Okay. And then, and then I throw the bowl of water at him.
Roll a dexterity save, Belkin.
You got. Watch me get a bad roll on this one.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
That save, you said that?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Yep. Normal. 27.
And
Mother-
quickly, he just rolls under the water and stands up in front of you. All the water splashing against his bed and the floor behind him.
You saw
Nice try.
very difficult to prank.
It's the height difference. Don't worry about it.
I'll look down at him. Yes. Suppose so.
As Keth's behind you, looking down at both of you.
Oh, Kaz, you suck.
It would appear so. Perhaps I shall leave it to you next time.
Good idea. Here, let me try. He's
Oh,
gonna pull out his-
God.
He's gonna pull out his glaive. And he's gonna swing with the back end and attempt to trip Belkin.
Okay, go ahead and
I don't-
make an
I
attack
don't know what
roll.
that is. An attack, I
Yeah,
guess?
do an attack roll. And Belkin, you do a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
Come on.
You guys are really trying.
I rolled real bad.
Natural 20 for 28.
You can't even get close to him.
Oh my gosh.
He's a wild animal inside there.
You guys are good.
Brothers both. Glad you are on your A game this morning, my friend.
Ket's probably holding his glaive backwards, and you would start to see his knuckles to get white with some anger.
No raging.
And he's gonna
It's not yet.
he's
Oh,
gonna lift
God.
up his glaive again, and this time not looking like a tripping attack. He's gonna be like, no, not worth it. And he puts it on.
I assure you there is plenty to rage about. But not here in this room.
Besides trying to place me, what's on today's agenda, boys?
The ruins, right?
Ruins?
Yes, but first to
Cromwell, right?
Cromwell's, yes. Perhaps
Oh yes.
identify
Well,
some ways, right?
I think
Some items.
We'll try to find Coulter first to get paid, and then we can
Okay.
go to Cromwell's.
Okay.
Yes, I
or-
wonder
or-
what Coulter is sleeping.
Or if you guys want to go, if you want to go to Cromwell's, I can go find Coulter. See if he's. I don't know where he lives.
Splitting the party seems a solid effort.
Yes,
But do keep your eyes out.
of course.
The draconic bastards have been causing the huntsmen some grief. Have turned their heads about yet again. Hunting, I've no doubt, looking for the orb we recently sailed. Who were in my room.
Mm.
They were in your room.
And now you guys can see that Tomoe, which is almost always with Kaz, not there.
Took Tomoe.
Why?
Stupidity, I suppose.
Do you want to go and get him first?
She'll be all right.
Oh, gee, sorry. I don't know.
It's all
Can't
right.
tell the gender of an owl.
Totally understand.
You want to go get her?
It's imperative I take care of this business near town first. It's unfortunate as it is, but Cromwell will no doubt, I presume, have within his stock some incense that I can use to perhaps resummon her. Assuming she is no longer on this plane.
All right.
We'll get her back, buddy. No way.
She is on this plane. I suspect she is smart enough to cause herself harm and disappear. Head back to the Feywild. Unless there is something of the sort restricting her from doing so. In which case, once we find them, we rescue Tomoe. And we flay every single one of them alive.
That sounds like a plan.
Zero exaggeration. I wish to cause every single one of them suffering beyond their mortal means.
All right. Well, let's get going.
All right.
See if I can find Coulter. You go to Cromwell's. See what he's got.
Right.
Indeed. All right, Dodgy McDodgerson. Let us go.
So the group of you begin to leave the Flaming Dagger Inn. As you get to the front lobby, you can see behind the desk is Tolan. Battered and bruised, one eye swollen, cuts all across his face, but he looks okay as the group of you approach the front. Good morning, sirs. Do you have
Of it.
better off than some of my
Done playing hooky at work, I see. And he'll just smile.
Yes.
Good.
Have a bit of a delivery, he says, as it begins to drag out from behind the desk a rather decent sized chest. You can hear shifting of coin as he's dragging it around the desk. Thud.
This is our payment. Coulter, perhaps.
It is a delivery from Coulter, yes.
Wonderful. Seems you don't need to find him after all, Keth.
Perfect. I'll take it. Here, let me help you with that. And he'll just pick it up.
Yes, and he reaches around the desk and grabs something else and holds out to you, Keth. Well, it's going to take you some time to count it because there is a large sum within. But for just to make it easy, there's a total of 1,500 gold, he says. And he hands you a parchment, Keth.
Okay.
Two of them are rolled up together. One is stating the payment for the rescue of 3 individuals here within Monk's Blade. 2, payment to the Huntsman, a licensed adventuring party in Cormyr. And it's sealed officially. As well as another page is a portion of the region of Cormyr that has a mark, and it says Lost Refuge, drawn in recently by ink within about the middle of the vast swamp. I'll get you that map later.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I guess we don't have to find Coulter.
Indeed.
One less thing to worry about.
And this pocket change should no doubt assist us in procuring the needs.
Normally,
Yeah.
you'll find Coulter more in the evenings rather than the day. He delivered this sometime last night, I believe.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course. Is your accommodations okay? Shall I go ahead and service your rooms? Do we plan on staying any longer?
Yes. Probably at least one more night.
Indeed.
Do not worry about payment here. You're welcome anytime.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
The least I can do.
And yeah, I guess we'll take our leave.
The group of you leave, and everyone go to Cromwell? Do you split up and go different ways? What do you wish to do?
Go to Crommies.
Still fairly early in the morning, probably about 8 o'clock. As the group of you head through the streets, there's still people already out and about and doing things and taking care of business as usual. Some people still cleaning up and repairing and making sure there's no signs of blood within the cobblestone streets. You do also see a strange sight as there's about 8 people, all dressed in black clothings, kind of veils over their faces and hoods, that's surrounding a horse-drawn cart. The back of the cart is a total of 3 decently made coffins. As a group of these individuals begin to bring this cart west outside of town. But you pass them and continue on towards Cromwell's.
Kath is gonna keep an eye out for Kelly,
Okay.
the little girl with the goat, just to see if she's around. Make sure she's okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception check. All right. Here we go. Oh, great. 12.
You don't see any sign of Kelly or her goat Reese as you're walking around town.
Does Monthblade have stables?
Yes, there's actually stables towards the center of town. There's actually a few stables, but the biggest one is towards center of town to take in travelers and horses that come and go.
Kat, can you do me a favor and bring that chest with us that was delivered, that delivered our payment?
Yes, I'm carrying it right now.
You sure are, buddy.
You can't see that? I don't understand.
I'm really short. You're really
Oh,
tall.
okay,
you know.
okay, sorry.
Must be a height thing.
Yes.
You don't see everything that's up on the mountain, do you? You know.
Maybe.
I'll try to pick
Alright.
up Belkin and put him on Kath's shoulders.
Okay. Belka, do you allow Kaz to pick you up?
Sure.
And
There you are.
Kaz walks over and puts Belkin on your shoulders. Yeah.
Okay.
There you are. Now you are taller than us all.
Thank you. If I always wanted.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yes.
Good. And then I'm gonna buck him off my shoulders.
And he rolls back off of you and landing on the ground, probably very skillfully back onto his feet.
We'll roll acrobatic check to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've been doing pretty good tonight. Let's
True,
see.
you have been.
Just don't roll a 2. It's like Belkin's
Please.
ones.
Roll a 2.
17.
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah.
Barely even hear him hit the ground. But the group of you continue on through the city streets towards Cromwell's. The door is closed, but you do see some light coming from within through some of the windows that are there. You do hear some strange noises, as you normally would, as there's different sheens or things going inside. There's plumes of smoke coming from the chimney up top.
Well, seems he's in, but not quite open.
I mean, did we
Actually,
check the door?
The door is unlocked as you open it. That same similar voice says hello and greets you, and welcoming you to Comwell's.
Cromwell's.
Comwell's Wonderly.
Cromwell's. Cromwell's.
Um,
Cromwell's. Cromwell.
and you can see he's sitting at the desk or one of the stations there where the crossbow is. The book's fully assembled, but his head is in his arms, asleep.
Oh, I feel bad.
Slight snore coming from his stocky form.
Maybe we should come back later.
Perhaps.
Ah,
And I'm going to take a
hey,
look.
call me.
What was that?
I was going to
I
take
said,
a look
nah.
around quietly, but he's going to wake him up, I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
You yell out toward him. He
Mhm.
doesn't stir.
He's just dead. Snoring for some reason.
Yeah, the snore. It happens all the time.
The death snore.
Do I see
Uh,
any, like, fine ink and parchment that I could purchase?
You remember there was some in the other room, the next room, where all the scrolls and everything were?
Cool.
And where that large, strange, scarecrow-looking construct was dangling from the wall.
I was gonna say you might not want to poke around too much.
Oh.
Yes. Did he say that thing was a guard? I felt like he
Yes,
did.
he did.
Yes, he did. He did. Because I thought about fighting it. That
okay, I thought about
thing.
fighting it.
I'm sure
thi-
it'll be fine.
All right.
It's not as if I'm not paying for things.
Yeah, well, I mean, that crossbow is mine anyway, so I'm going to go over and
Pick it
try
up.
to pick it up and not with intent of stealing it, but we're going to look it over.
You pick it up and begin to examine it. It looks very finely made, and you feel the surge of magic just moving through the wood and the metal that's there.
Mhm.
Very well constructed and looks complete.
You did a good job.
But he doesn't stir as you do pick it up.
Mm.
All right. How much fine ink and parchment is there?
So you go into the next room?
Yeah.
You go into the next room, and it looks like it's been ransacked. Just things thrown everywhere. The construct's no longer on the wall, but in pieces on the ground.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
That's not good.
And I'm going to head back to Cromwell and try shaking him awake.
As you shake him, he looks over, somewhat surprised as he's rubbing sleep out of his eyes.
Are you all right?
I'm sorry. I must have fell asleep.
That is quite all right. Apologize for waking you so swiftly.
Oh, it's fine. He's looking over to Belkin.
Right.
I did finish it. I didn't get a chance. Strange.
Hey, you did a good job.
Yes.
I noticed the damages in the other room.
What do you mean? He gets up and rushes in the room. What the?
Thought to wake you right away.
He begins to curse under his voice and looking around and shifting through things that have been thrown about, looking through what's there, going over and picking up pieces of the construct that's on the ground.
Seems I
Careful.
was not the only one
It
to have
looks
a visitor in the night.
back at the group of you. When did you get here? He looks outside, out the window.
A minute ago.
Yes.
Yes,
Moments
just
ago.
now.
And he begins to go through his belongings to see if there's anything missing.
Have a look out for any sort of coin or medallion with a multi-headed dragon on it. It may be illusory.
Medallion. You mean of Tiamat?
Yes.
Begins to look around. It takes him a few minutes to gather things and count things and see what's there and what isn't.
While he's doing that, can I do a kind of investigate before he papers present kind of
Absolutely.
like evidence or that?
What are you looking for in particular?
Anything that the perpetrators might have left behind, any kind of
Okay.
blueprints or anything.
All right. Go ahead and make your investigation check.
20.
Okay. Cromwell's going through his things, taking inventory, what's there, what may be missing. Belkin begins to also look around the room. Belkin, you find a couple things. The construct itself has some splattering of blood along its claws, as well as what looks to be some torn, like bits of black linen or cloth, maybe even silk, between its fingers. You also see a splatter of blood here and there on the ground, just barely a couple drops, as well as a few dark black scales. Other than that, it definitely looks like there was combat that had happened right here with the construct. Something burnt it with acid, fire. Also looks like it was stabbed multiple times until it was ripped apart with what appears to be like one of its arms was ripped apart from the jaws of some sort of toothy maw and ripped clean off of construct's body. So the construct definitely did hit something. Made it bleed a bit, and there's a few scales left behind on the ground.
It sounds like it's some kind of dragonoid. Can I tell if it was a bipedal or quadrupedal?
With that roll, you don't see any signs, footprints, no traces of any tracks or anything in here. Whether that's because of their skill or magic, you're not quite sure, but the only traces that you have is of the blood, the linen, as well as the couple scales that are there.
I will pocket the scales and the linen.
Okay.
The funeral we saw, would that be strange if it was people killed during the raid? How long ago was the raid?
It was a couple days.
Would that be a long time to wait?
With them, you'd have if roll me a knowledge history.
Okay. So I'm wondering if,
or even religion if you haven't.
I don't.
Either one you want then.
Either one is the same. I rolled really good on D&D Beyond.
That's what I've been using tonight. I've been doing
That's
this.
fine. What'd you roll?
Oh, I rolled the exact same on the tabletop. So natural 20 for 22.
Okay.
There you go.
Don't forget to turn off dice rolls on D&D Beyond to make the.
How do you do that?
Oh, go to manage, and then from there, character settings.
Okay, I will figure it out. Yeah, that would be nice.
I believe
Cool.
it's under character settings.
So natural 20.
Natural 20.
And what's your total?
22.
It depends on the ceremony. It depends on possibly the god that they follow, if there's any
Mhm.
deity there. The amount of people that may have died takes some time to get through that. Also depends on if everyone's kind of following the same deity that may be in the area. It would take also time to dig the graves, to prepare the ceremonies for each individual. Um, it just really depends. There's multiple factors there. So it is very possible that it takes a number of days to get through um, ceremonies and the burial of each
Okay.
person.
Okay. I was just thinking, I didn't know if maybe someone was attacked the night before by these same people.
Yeah, that could be
Mhm.
the case as well.
Okay. All right. Sorry. That was me just thinking.
But
Why would they have done this? Did we sell Cromwell something?
I don't know, might have had
Cromwell,
something before.
the orb.
the
Did we?
orb,
Yes, it is an orb of dragon kind. Is it missing?
I never had such an item.
I think we sold that to the random lady on the road. Didn't we?
Ah, yes, you're right.
If we did.
Apologies. Memory's a bit foggy.
Orb of dragon kind. Let's see if he knows what that is.
I presume they were looking for that. And if nothing is missing, means they did not find it here.
I have not heard of such an item. What is it?
It allows for the creation and the birth of a dragonkin monstrosity. It's in the blood of an ancient dragon.
Come across something like this?
You did?
Yes. I'll
Finishes.
take to part ways with it.
Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Much as I thought.
Mm.
My belongings were missing either.
What? Cromwell, did we sell you anything else? Did we sell you stuff
I mean,
or trade?
it's a couple things, but nothing that specific or unique.
Hmm. They must not know where the thing is.
Who's
Yeah.
they?
The cult of the dragon queen. Dragon.
Tiamat.
The dragon person. Yes.
Yep. Tiamat is a queen there, correct? Yep.
You're dealing with a cult of them.
It's
Is
always a
this-
call.
Does this have to do with Shargast?
Don't think so.
No.
That's right.
This is,
Just a different cult to another evil god.
Told you, there's always a call.
So you dealing with so you have a cult, and now Monk's Blade has a cult to deal with or dealt with. And okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were looking for this orb?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
that is my current presumption. See, we took it from them, along with the lives responsible for its use.
And it makes dragons?
I wouldn't necessarily call what it spits out in the end dragon.
It was also effective spell focus
Yes.
against dragons, and I believe it could subjugate them too.
Sounds like a very powerful artifact. Where did you find this?
From the cult.
Oh,
dragon.
we killed a dragon abomination for it.
You know, like one does.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
I mean, I guess I wasn't there for that part.
No, but you will like it though.
Seen a lot. Been through a lot.
So this cult is here, Monk's Blade.
They may still yet be here. They may have moved on. I am hoping for the latter.
And you dealt with this cult in Cormier or somewhere else?
There's point all over.
Yeah, last we saw them, it was Battle Rise. Wait,
All right.
I guess the Vast Swamp. The Vast Swamp. Sometimes I forget what Death knows. What class
Oh,
Sorry.
Our initial journey took us hunting them.
And now they're looking for this orb. But you didn't sell it to me. You sold it to some traveler on the road.
Yes. We thought it best to part ways with it, given its connection.
Do you know who
Thought
sold
if
it to?
we did not have it, they would not be able to locate us while we were trying to locate them.
Well, we sold it to some traveling merchant. Seemed very nice.
Just some traveling merchant, an artifact of some dragon kind.
Yes.
Hey man, gold and gold.
I
you paid
suppose
well
so.
for it. Did not occur to me in the moment that doing so might the residents of this fair town, yourself,
Sounds
in
like
any
this
sort of harm.
cult is looking for whatever it lost and perhaps has followed you here.
Indeed.
Careful. Sighs as he looks over to his construct. It's going to take me some time to repair him. He'll be fine. And I'm not missing anything.
Well, that is good.
So I normally
well,
don't
when
fall
you-
asleep at my...
I suppose.
What were you doing when you fell asleep?
I was finishing up your crossbow and I was about to... Damn. He goes back into the other room. As he does, you can see him messing with the alchemical chemicals that's kind of still brewing in the still and stand that he has there. The whole patch is ruined.
What was that?
I was trying
What
to
is
make
that?
some more potions for town as we can use it. Unfortunately, I fell asleep on it and it's been overcooked.
I see.
Orlia, Shadow Dark. That's who we sold it to.
Or
Good.
Shadow Dark.
Yes.
Orella?
Orella, that's it.
Good memory there.
You sold it to
My
that
handwriting is
crackpot?
bad. Yes,
She had
Oh
gold. She had gold.
my goodness.
she did have gold.
I bet she, yeah.
I mean, if we knew you were here, we would have sold it to you, but
Oh my goodness. You met
She-
Orella on the road and
Yes.
sold it to her,
yes.
of all people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
headed in the opposite direction we were, and we thought it prudent.
To be fair, Volcano was there too. He thought it was a great idea.
I just wanted the gold.
Yeah, same. Yeah, me too.
Well, if they don't find it, it's definitely going to be possibly in the wrong hands somewhere else.
Well, should we come across it again in use, I suspect we will take it back and the lives using it then as well.
Yes. They have an emporium in their Loon, so
Mm.
That is good to know.
How do you know of Orwella?
let's just say I had some dealings with her in the past, and she's definitely a strange individual.
Did you sell her stuff too?
I usually traded for some residuum for magical components and whatnot.
Well, there's no blame us for doing dealings. You did dealings too.
She does. They deal in oddities as well as a number of illicit compounds.
Tomato, tomato.
They definitely have connections with finding things that aren't normally purchasable.
Mm.
That does sound useful.
It is, but I believe their alchemical creations are rotting their minds.
Mm.
She didn't exactly seem typical.
That's for sure.
She seemed like a lovely lady to me.
You probably didn't meet her mother either. Shadow Dark herself.
No,
No.
Believe not.
About 100 times worse.
she didn't mention her.
If you ever do any contracts with them, mindful of the wording.
Fair.
No, we appreciate that.
I believe she's learned a lot from fiends, the Nine Hells, on twisting things in different ways.
Mm.
Though Arella, not so much. She's more of a freer spirit than Mother.
Her mother reminds of your description reminds me of a hag.
Mm.
I'd probably say that. For some reason, her life has been extended more than what would be expected.
Mm.
Well, we actually came here for a reason. We have some gold. Wondered if you had things to buy. I know you're kind of a disorganized mess right now, but
I mean, I have some minor spell scrolls. You wiped me out of the potions that I had, and I was working on some more, but all that work unfortunately went bad at the night. I was supposed to be done, but overcooked. I'll see if I can possibly make it into a paste or salve or something like that. Won't be as potent, but be useful.
It'll be something.
Yes.
So how much I owe you for the crossbow?
Let me let me find my records. And he begins to look through a number of papers that's all across the floor and looks somewhat frustrated as he's having a hard time finding what he's looking for.
I know I did give you a 200 gold down payment, I believe.
Yes, I believe I remember right. About 300 more was owed.
I could do it.
Can't find the paperwork. All this mess.
I'll take your word for it for 3. Seems fair. If you do find it, if let me
If
know.
I find it and there's a balance, I'll sure to keep.
Do you sell padlocks?
Yes, I have locks for sale and can create some needed if you want something more unique.
Nah, I'll take the best one that you have right now.
Okay. Well, I have a pretty decent lock. It's kind of hard to crack with unless you're very skilled. I can sell it to you for 10 gold.
Okay. Deal. Does that come with keys?
It comes with a set of keys, yes. 3 of them.
Yes, okay, good.
And he goes and looks through a number of boxes and things that are thrown all around and brings out a very finely made like copper and that's covered with what looks like a interesting design swirl along the top bolt of the iron and hands over the 3 skeletal keys as well.
Good. And the light crossbow is a plus one?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you talk to Coulter?
No, but he did drop off our payment. At the,
Okay.
We did 3 people. The 3 people did get back too.
yes.
Yes.
Do you know what 3?
We should-
Tolan.
Oh.
You know Tolan.
Oh,
Yes.
Gila.
Gila, I don't know Gila.
And the dwarf guy with the cough.
I don't know a dwarf with a cough either.
I forgot his name.
Yes, I'm afraid I was a little preoccupied during the battle there to collect their information. But they
At
are safe.
least a few people were saved.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
We do what we can.
At least someone does.
Yes. Now then, do you have any additional fine ink and parchment, perchance?
Yeah, how much do you need?
Perhaps
can
as
go-
much as you have.
I can go through my stock. If I remember correctly, I should have what I have. I can probably sell you for about 200 gold pieces.
200 gold pieces should suffice. Yes.
And he begins to find what he has, ink and parchment, and it's about 200 gold worth of there for you to use for spell rolls and whatnot.
All right. 200 gold is 2,000 silver. Let's go.
And you didn't have any other magic items? I couldn't remember if you had any.
Let me go through my list here. I know the place is a mess, and I apologize.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not your fault.
That's all.
Um,
Nothing to apologize for at all, my friend.
I mean, I have goes over the wall, and there's that javelin that's sort of crackling with electricity along the blade. I have this, as well as he motions to a whip that's coiled along a hook on the wall that has this, like, just dark energy that's kind of coiling up the leather, as well as like a crimson, like, spark and mist that kind of emanates from the tip. This as well. I do have some other minor potions and objects that you may be interested in. Goes over to a small case and opens it up, and there's 4 beads inside. These will sustain you for about 24 hours or so. Need to eat. You take one of these, and he closes it. He has a couple of potions that he's still on the shelves. I have a few of these. They're not healing, but a couple resistances, that sort of thing.
What does the whip do?
It's life stealing. You take the life force from someone else to hit a bit of yourself.
And the javelin?
It's a javelin of lightning. When you activate the magic and you throw it, shoots out a bolt of electricity.
And how much for that?
The javelin I can probably sell for about 1250. The whip is a little rarer, about 1800 gold.
1800.
What were you thinking of, Kath?
I don't know.
Is there something particular you're looking for?
Not necessarily. Just curious what you had.
A javelin may come in handy if you are to attack something at a distance.
That's true.
You must remember to
It does strike as magic as well. Just use it normally.
What do you all think?
I
I
think the
would have to
javelin.
borrow some gold if we want to buy the javelin or the whip.
How much are you looking to borrow?
You're welcome to take my payment.
Tell you what, if you want to just buy them both, I'll give it to you for 2,000.
Could you transfer the enchantment from the whip to something else?
I could. I'd hate to see all my hard work just go away to something else, but I could. Yes. I would say you'd buy the whip and maybe toss in a slight premium, and I'll transfer the enchantment.
How long would the transfer process take?
It wouldn't take as long as it would to create the item, but probably about half as long. And that one took quite a few weeks.
I'm not certain when we'd be back, Kath.
Yeah.
Let's just let's get the javelin. I think that could come in handy.
I agree.
Indeed.
So 1,200 for the javelin then. Anything else you want to get while you're here? I have a couple resistances. Let me see what we have here.
You don't have any healing potions, right?
No, but I might be able to make a salve out of the remnants of those potions I was making if you give me some time. It'll do some minor healing, but not as good as a normal potion would. But you'd be able to apply it to wounds and that sort of thing.
All right. Does someone want to loan me some gold? Like
Yes.
200 would be enough, probably.
Oh, all right.
I'll give you a 100, and I'll give you 100.
Okay. I'll hand it over to him then. The 1,200.
Okay. He takes it, takes the javelin off the wall, kind of crackles with energy down shaft as he hands it over to you.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how much I have.
It's fine.
For sure. All right. Okay, and he's gonna look at this. Do I need a tune to this?
Let me.
I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
For the javelin.
No. Perfect.
Do not.
I remember using that in your campaign.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good little item. Hand up. Oh, there goes all of Keth's gold. He's poor again.
Yeah.
But he has a javelin of lightning.
He has the javelin of lightning. That could come in handy.
Oh yeah.
Because we each gave him 100 gold, it's 400 gold added to your inventory if you hadn't already added the 5.
Oh, yeah. I added that.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, I guess I still have quite a bit. I have 120 still. So.
Oh
you guys-
wait, I did.
If you want
I,
gold
I,
back.
I only
I
have like
did.
800 some odd.
You could see Cromwell's gathering some small little jars of what looks like maybe fat or some kind of thick viscous like liquid or in powder that's inside jars and goes to the other room. Begins to pour out a number of these small vials that has some burnt reddish colored liquid inside.
Where's the guy? Over there.
Well, these are the potions that apparently I fell asleep and ruined. So I'm gonna see what I can salvage off of them. Make a
Okay.
salve. And he begins to grind them together and pour them into different smaller little circular containers.
Mm.
If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be working on this for a little while.
I will.
All right. Good luck, Cromwell. We'll see you.
Thank you. And you as well. Again, if you decide to go back into the swamps, let me know.
Will do.
Thank you for your time. And best of luck.
Well, watch out for those cults.
Yes.
They pop up everywhere. That's crazy.
I would recommend placing some wards around your store if at all possible.
Yeah. Been very busy with everything else, setting up this place after getting here for a while. And yes. And as the group of you leave, the small construct says goodbye. See you again here at Cromwell's Wondery.
Goodbye.
You don't gotta say bye every time, Cap.
Yes, I do. It says goodbye to me. I should say goodbye to it.
But it has no consciousness. Which means it does not know you are saying goodbye.
He kind of looks at it.
Just
Maybe.
kind of looking up towards the ceiling.
Goodbye.
Alright, boys. I just want to stop by the stable and get a cart for our travels this time. I'm actually getting tired of walking.
I mean, we had horses at some point.
Yes.
Did we move them in the swamp?
Although, not so much lost them as left them behind.
Yeah. They might
Oh,
still be
yeah.
out there.
Somewhere.
Well, maybe now they're happy and free. So,
Have we
yeah.
tried whistling for them?
I can't whistle.
I will whistle.
Keth will whistle too.
Your whistle echoes down the streets, but no avail. No horse comes running from the distant horizon.
Dang it.
I suppose that doesn't work.
You ever seen that play, Lord of the Rings? Gandalf just whistles.
Yeah, horse
That
number.
might work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was a shot, I suppose.
I remember thinking he and I were quite alike, both of us using swords and all.
Mm.
True.
Though
He kind of seemed better at it.
his aptitude with a sword was well beneath my own.
Sure.
Now then, horses and
Says,
a carriage
a carriage, please.
How did you tell us about these? Did you tell us that we're going to ruins?
Did I?
Did
Kaz,
Kaz?
Kaz,
Okay, yep.
yeah,
He
Kaz
did
does.
mention it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far away are these ruins?
Perhaps, if my memory serves correct, a half day's travel, less than outside of town.
All right, not bad.
Yes, it's not far at all. Favor for an old friend.
Yeah.
Are we getting paid?
Whatever we find within.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
My
let's.
understanding, it's not being perused.
Do we want horses to go to this?
Mm-hmm. I
Falcon,
do. Yes.
you want horses?
Yes. I'm on
Uh,
horses.
I'm not sure we should buy horses. I'm having my
I'll,
doubts about this.
I'll buy the horses.
Yes, but
Buy-
Belkin, as
You'll
soon
buy
as we
all.
get done with these, we're gonna go back into the vast swamp, and the horses didn't do very well there.
Well, then I'll buy new ones after that.
All right. I guess it's your
Very
money.
well.
All right. I'll lead the group to the stables.
Okay.
Hopefully,
You
if
head
they
out
want
to
to.
the main square where there's a very large stable that's there. Inside's a number of different types of animals. You see large horses, you see riding horses, you see ponies, you see a few decently sized mastiffs with thick, broad shoulders and a very fine, thin fur coat across their bodies, large floppy ears. There's a number of different animals inside. There's different tack and saddles and all sorts of reins and uh, different feed as well as hay. Number of people going in and out of this place that are managing the animals that's there. Currently, this morning, there's a lot of cleanup that's being had from the overnight, um, turning over their hay, making sure everything's clean and free of any debris that may have been left over in that night.
Hmm. Is there like a stable attendant?
So you see a number of stable hands that are there. You also see
I'm sorry.
a smaller, just a small building. It looks like somewhat of an office with an open door that's attached to the side of this very long stall, which has multiple stalls inside.
Mm,
It looks like this stable itself can probably house around 30 animals or so. So it's actually fairly big, a
mm,
very large stable. But there's a smaller office that's there. Um, that you don't see anyone like immediately inside, but you do see as you approach as a desk, as well as behind the building is a very somewhat open field that's fenced in. That does have one individual out there that has this very jet black looking. It looks like a hound, only it has like jet black fur with this green kind of stripe going down its shoulders to its paws. Uh, its ears are somewhat pointed with small little tufts at the end of it.
mm,
Its maw is full of very sharp looking teeth, but its face is thinner, as well as most of its body is a bit thinner than any of the other hounds that you've seen before. And they're out there currently working with that animal. This person's a half elf that has like a dark blue shirt on and pants and belt, brown in color, as well as the boots. It's currently having the animal fetch what looks like maybe some sort of dummy or something that has strapped tied to it some feathers, perhaps. So it's
mm.
the elf would throw out the small dummy. It land in the yard. The dog watches intently till the individual says, "Get," and then it takes off after the dummy.
Mm. I'll approach him. Mm. Excuse me.
As me
Uh,
Immediately when you begin to approach the fence where this person is, because they're probably about 10 feet from the fence, but the dog is out in the field, currently returning with the dummy. As you approach, the dog immediately drops the dummy, gets in a defensive stance in front, between you and this person, and it looks down to the hound and looks back to you. Heel. And immediately the dog ceases its aggressive stance and just sits. The tongue kind of rolls out of his mouth, the tail wagging excitedly as he reaches down and pets. Good boy. Yes.
are you the person that I talked to for
Yeah.
uh getting a horse and carriage?
Um. Sure. Yeah. One moment. Let me pick this. I'm Daniel, by the way. One moment, and he
Damn.
begins to lead the dog into the stall, and returns after a few minutes, dusting his hands off on his pants as he's coming inside. I mean, outside the stables and heading towards the fence where you are.
Mm.
You said you want a carriage or a cart and some horses?
Yeah, to pull a said cart or carriage.
Are you looking for a cart or a carriage? Those are two different things there, for sure.
Carriage.
Carriage, so you want to carry quite a few people and some cargo?
Yeah.
And what sort of horses are you looking for? Just draft horses? Do you want to go quickly, or does it matter?
Don't mind.
Right? Um, well, I could definitely get you what you need, I guess. If I mean, we sell our horses for 45 gold. Are you looking to rent or buy?
Rent for we'll go with a week, I
Rent
guess.
f- Rent for a week? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can rent you just a couple draft horses for 2 gold a day. With a 10 gold down payment that's returned on returning the horses, as well as the carriage. I guess we can go for another gold a day, but that down payment will have to be about 25 gold.
And it's 45 to buy them?
For the horses or the carriage?
Yes.
Oh, for all of it. If you want,
Mm.
if you need 2 draft horses as well as a carriage, that's probably a run around 200 gold pieces. You want to buy.
Mm.
That's tack and all and everything that you need
Yeah.
to get the horses prepared
No,
for the road.
um, I'll, no, I'll buy 200.
Okay. Oh, you buy a couple horses and a carriage.
Yep.
All right. And give me about an hour and a half to get it all prepared for you, and we'll do some paperwork. And all our horses um, have paperwork to back their pedigrees, so eh,
Okay.
there's no need, and you'll have all the licenses and everything you may need for the
Mm-hmm.
carriage as well for Cormier.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a few moments. I'll get that paperwork ready, and I'll get stable hands to prepare your carriage, and should be good to go in about an hour or so. So he rushes. Just meet me in the office. Go around the front,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes through the back and into the office. Sits down at the small desk that's there, and begins to get out a few pieces of parchment that already has most of the information filled out, um, and just begins to sign the paperwork and notarizes it there with the seal of Cormier, as well
Mm-hmm.
as has you sign the paperwork.
Mm. Yep. I said.
All right, and you give him the
Oh.
gold, and he gives you the paperwork. We should have the horses and carriage ready for you within the hour. If
Nope.
you don't mind waiting
Nope.
for a bit. Otherwise, make sure. I'll tell you what. I'll give you some feed for the horses as well, but they'll need some care um, on the road. How
Okay.
how long you said you're going to be traveling for about a week?
Yeah, maybe. We're not sure,
Okay.
but we'll make sure that. But we'll make sure they're fed.
Oh, very good. They get your horses and carriages pulled to the front, strapped up, ready to go. Takes them probably about 45 minutes to prepare everything, make sure everything's clean. They do
Right.
strap some hay to the back of the carriage itself. That way you have some stuff for the road.
Hmm.
Comes out and shakes your hand. I appreciate you. I'm Daniel, by the way. This is my
Welcome.
stable, so if you need anything, let us know. And spread the
Yeah.
word. We rent along the road, so if anybody needs to trade horses, if they need to go get across Cormier quickly, this is definitely a
Oh,
stop to make it.
absolutely. I'll spread the word of the great, stable master.
We appreciate it. But
All right.
he hands you everything you need. Also a key to the carriage as it does lock.
Nice.
Key fob.
Key fob.
You just hit the button. Nay, nay.
Nay,
Nice.
nay.
Nice. Nice.
And these are
Nice.
just normal draft horses. They're not like riding horses or war horses or anything like that.
Mhm.
They look decently well maintained. Nothing too old or anything like that as well.
I have a question for you, sir.
Yeah.
I was looking for a little girl. Goes by the name of Kelly.
Mm.
I saw her around here
Kelly.
a few days ago. She has a little goat.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, not too long ago we gave her some hay for a goat. I think the goat is pregnant or something.
yes, yes. Sounds right.
I
Have
I
you
have
seen her?
I haven't seen her since for the raid.
Mm,
Mm.
all right.
She family of yours or
No, I just I met her before the raid, and I wanted to make sure she was okay.
oh, okay. If I see her, I'll tell her she's got a very large friend looking for.
Thank you. Do I remember what way she lived?
She said it was outside of Monk's Blade on one of the farms, but I don't think she gave you a direction.
Didn't say direction. I felt like she did, but I didn't write it down. So she must not have. Okay. Well, hopefully she's okay. Okay, that's all.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Problem? And then he goes back into the stables. Here in the center market, there is a bit of air of hustle and bustle and trying to get back to normality and work again as people are selling things and food and supplies and anything that a traveler may need along the road can also be found here as well. But what do you do?
All right. Are we ready to go?
I am. Yep.
Yes, I do believe so.
All right, Kaz. Lead the way.
I'll lead the way
All
to
right.
where I was told these runes were.
Okay. So let's go ahead and end tonight's session. It is getting pretty late. So we'll end it here for tonight. A
Good.
group of you are heading out of Darloon. By this time, it's probably about 10 o'clock in the morning still. You're gathering on your new carriage. It's pretty well made and crafted. at least a decent ride for those of you that do want to ride. It has some storage space, as well as 2 decent draft horses to pull it. They seem strong, not very fast, but strong. But the group of you begin to head outside of Darloon, west, towards the ruins that Kaz has decided to bring you. So for now, say goodbye and good night, everyone. Thank you for
Yeah.
hanging out with us tonight. See you guys next time on Friday or Monday. Have a good night, everyone.